So if you're a coach looking to design your very first coaching package, or perhaps you want to make offers to your current coaching package, then this video is for you, because I'm going to walk through the exact 6 steps to create and design an offer that you can sell like crazy and will get you to those 10, 20, 30K months. And this comes from the experience of growing 2 coaching offers to 30K months and making nearly £500,000. But more proudly, what I'm about to share with you is behind 15 recent clients getting to their first 10K months in just a matter of months. So get your notepad and pen ready, because I'm going to hold absolutely nothing back. And if you're new here, my name is Joel. I'm a business coach to heart-led coaches, and I help them become more powerful in their coaching and more profitable in their business in a way that feels easeful, aligned, and congruent with who they truly are. Now, before we get into the 6 steps, it's important to understand why your ideal client would buy. So let's imagine that this bracelet here is worth £100,000 to you, and I'm selling it to you for £10,000. Would you figure out how to make that £10,000 and pay £10,000 for it? You'd be a numpty not to, right? Because there's £90,000 in profit there. And the same thinking applies when creating this offer. We want to create an offer that's worth at least 10 times the price of what we're charging. Alex Hormozy has the best formula I know to understand what drives value. So he says that value equals dream outcome times the perceived likelihood of achievement divided by the time delay to getting to that dream outcome and the effort and sacrifice of getting to that dream outcome. So our goal in this offer is to increase the top half. So really make sure that the dream outcome is something that audience wants. Increase the perceived likelihood of achievement, which I'll explain how we'll do that. And on the bottom half, decrease the time delay to getting to that dream outcome, and then decreasing the effort and sacrifice. Now, this doesn't mean go and create a chocolate covered turd. It means that we need to be great at the delivery and getting real results, but also the packaging. Most coaches I see are great at the coaching and the delivery, less so on the packaging. And that's what we're about to walk through today. So now we know what drives perceived value. Let's get into the 6 steps to creating your very first coaching package. So number 1 is creating a focused outcome, i.e., who is this for and what is the dream outcome? This is one of the biggest determinants of the success of your offer. If you get this right, you position your offer and your package as a must-have, not a nice-to-have. And this is really about understanding what your audience needs and wants. What are their urgent problems that are trying to solve right now? And if it doesn't solve those, you'll always remain a nice-to-have and always struggle growing your business. So here are some questions to think through to get to that one dream outcome and become a must-have. The first is, who do you have access to? Next, who can you help? Next, who will pay? The next is, who will get the most value from this offer? The next is, who do you enjoy working with? Next is, who is this not for? Because it's really important that we're clear who we want to repel, because in repelling, we will attract the people that this is for. The next is, in your client's words, what do they want? What is their most urgent need? The thing that keeps them up at bed? What is the quickest result that you can get for your ideal clients? And finally, what result could you guarantee? Another way to think about this is, if you were personally responsible for your clients' results, what result would you focus on? So some examples are building a morning routine to regain control of your day. In fact, that is an outcome of one of my past offers, my 5 a.m. club, which created 250 clients for me. Another example, rid yourself of bloating and lethargy and start feeling energized, confident, and focused. Another example, reclaim 40 hours per month to work on your business so you can grow bottom line by 20%. Another example, move pain-free and get in the best shape of your life. Now, these are all examples, but hopefully you get my picture. The idea is to create a really clear dream outcome that is a must-have in your future clients' lives. The second step in designing your coaching offer and package is making it a new, exciting, unique opportunity. Russell Brunson, in his book, Expert Secrets, says that people don't want improvement offers, they want new opportunities. And it's true, because it's far easier for people to jump to a new opportunity than to realize actually the current opportunity or the current methodology does actually work. It's me. That requires people to take responsibility and realize it's actually their efforts that's creating the failure. So understanding this human psychology, we want to market our offer as a unique opportunity, as a brand new way of doing things. And we do this by creating what I call a unique framework for success, because there are 3 sales that you need to make. There's you, which is let's say, the most important. Secondly, your methodology, and thirdly, your offer. But this is about your methodology, your unique way of looking at the world and creating results. Now, put simply, your unique framework for success are the steps that your clients need to take to get to their dream outcome. And having this unique framework for success is going to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement, because it's going to fuel your audience with confidence that you know how to get them from point A to point B. It's also going to reduce the perceived effort and sacrifice. It will also reduce the perceived time delay and effort and sacrifice in needing to get to the dream outcome. And people do pay for speed. And having this unique framework for success is that map, and it will reduce the time to get from point A to point B. Now, if you want support in creating your unique framework for success, go ahead and check the description, because in there, there'll be a link to some free training on how to build out and design your unique framework for success. Pause this video now, go do that, save it for later. Now, step 3 is designing the coaching container, i.e. the logistics of your package. Now, let me walk through my product pyramid ecosystem. So this is how I would recommend building out and scaling your product ecosystem. So this product pyramid ecosystem, we start with the foundations, and this is one-to-one coaching. I would 100% focus on one-to-one coaching, and this allows you to really master the craft of coaching, but to also to really understand your audience. When you get to a point when you really understand your clients and you have formulated a pretty predictable system, and you can really rely on your unique framework for success, and you can predictably create one-to-one clients, I would move on to stage 2, which is online training and a community. So the benefit of doing it this way is that you now have 2 offers. The online training and community becomes a massive value to the one-to-one, but it's also a standalone offer. But the beauty of this is that you create things once and it's used multiple times, because the online training will allow you to speed up getting your one-to-one clients results. It means you can also likely reduce the time of your one-to-one sessions, because any teaching or content, you can signpost what training your clients need to go and consume in between sessions. It means that your sessions are now focused solely on clearing beliefs, clearing blockages, and the person, rather than any teaching or mentorship. The third stage to this, and I would only recommend moving to this stage once you've really built predictability on filling your community or your group coaching program and this online training. And this is one-time offers. And this is essentially where we take things from our online training and our community and sell them as one-time offers. So for example, I run in-person intensive every 2 to 3 months for my community, and I sell them as individual offers. This has the benefit of building it once and selling it twice, but also acting as a lead magnet to my bigger offers. And then finally, this is what I call play. And this is just where you create anything that you feel inspired by. This might be retreats or collaborations or one-time events, but I would only move to this stage once you've really mastered the 3 stages before. Far too many coaches rush into group coaching or communities or one-time offers or low-ticket offers without having mastered creating one-to-one clients. There's so much to be gained in one-to-one coaching. You understand your clients so much better. So now you should be clear on how you are delivering the coaching package. You now need to decide how long the coaching package will be and how many sessions. Now, a question I would think about here is, if you were only paid on successful outcome, how long would your program be and how many sessions would you offer? That is a great place to start. I would always recommend as well being more conservative. It's better to have more time after getting your clients results than it is not getting there in that time frame. So now you're clear on how you're delivering your coaching package. I'd recommend starting with one-to-one, but maybe you're at that community level. You will also know how long your program is and how many sessions and the frequency and how long each sessions are. So some of my earliest coaching packages, I went with 3 to 4 months, and that was just a lower risk for my clients into my world, and I would then resell them into a 6-month or 12-month package, or my community if that was up and running. In terms of the number of sessions, I would tend to do 3 in the very first month and then go every fortnight. But after a while, that kind of messed up with my logistics and calendar, so I did fortnightly sessions, and I'd always take the 4th week of every month off just to give me time to recharge and regain and rebuild my life force. And initially my sessions were actually 90 minutes. It went down to an hour, and are now around 45 minutes. And I think for me, that's my sweet spot. But what I would say is just test it out, find your way in this, but 3 to 4 months is probably a good place to start. Every other week as a minimum is probably a good place to start. And 60 minutes, again, is probably a good place to start. Now, the fourth step in designing your coaching package is make it tangible. One of the biggest challenges of coaching is selling something that is fluffy and intangible. But if you can create some parts of your offer that make it real, then that becomes far more attractive to your audience. Hakim Moore says, you should be able to point at it. And I'll give you an example. So one of my clients who I've worked with now for 2 years, when I re-signed him into a year-long contract, one part of the offer was creating your life manifesto. That was really tangible and real. It made this whole journey really real. And he loved this idea of a life manifesto. And this hasn't just been a marketing tactic. It's actually really helped with the delivery, because every 12 weeks, we do a 12-week year planning session. We create this manifesto, and he has this document with him every single day. And it's just a reminder of who he needs to be to achieve his goals and his vision. But by having that manifesto, it made it very real and tangible. So how to do this is take your unique framework for success, which you've created in that other bit of training, and you'll have the stages, you'll have the steps. Or a way to think about this is that you have a number of core problems that you solve for your audience on getting them from point A to point B. Now, for each core problem, you can brainstorm different ways to solve that core problem. And there's 5 different ways you can think about. The first is the delivery. The first is who is going to actually do the work. So here you have 3 options: do it yourself, done with you, or done for you. So for example, if you're a career coach, maybe you could actually do their CV for them. The second is the delivery type, which I kind of talked about before, but maybe for some of these unique problems, you can offer little bonuses or more tangible ways that you can help them. Here you have one-to-one, you have small group, or one-to-many. So for example, there might be one problem that you create some training for, and you go and give them that training for that one problem. The third is additional ways of supporting them. So this could be Voxer, WhatsApp, Telegram, email, additional ways to support them in solving their problems. The fourth thing to think about is how you can decrease their speed in getting from point A to point B. So this could be things like templates or worksheets, even things like podcast playlists. I remember some of my first clients really loved the fact that I gave them podcasts to listen to every single week, because one of their pains and challenges were that they were inundated with content, and they loved the fact that they could just ignore all of that and really just focus on the content that I shared with them every single week, and actually save them a lot of headspace and a lot of stress. The final thing here is to really flex your thinking. So imagine your client paid you 10 times what you're charging, and what you would do for them if you did that. This thinking was in fact why I invited some clients out here to Madeira for a one-to-one retreat. So I kind of thought, well, actually that really excites me. Why am I not doing that? So I did it and I increased my price, and I got even better results because I could then have 3 days out here in this magical island where we really slow things down. The other side of the coin is to ask yourself, what if they only paid you 1/10? What would you then do? Again, this just really flexes your thinking. And in this, you'll find the things that are really high value, but low effort and cost to you. And maybe a few things that are high value and high cost. Great, we only need a couple of them. But the point here is to find the things that make your offer feel real, like the life manifesto that I've created for my clients in the past. That made the offer really real and more tangible. The fifth step is creating a price that you love. Now, my goal has always been creating 10x value versus the price I charge. And if you want to learn how I do that, go ahead and watch this video up here. Now, the sixth and final step is creating value enhancers. There are 3 types of value enhancers. The first are bonuses. Now, you should have, from that exercise where you've got all the problems and you've brainstormed all the ways that you can solve each problem, you should have a load of ideas for these bonuses to really pump up the value. Now, the sweet spot here is that if all of your bonuses are more valuable than the actual core offer itself, your client will subconsciously attribute more value and worth to your core offer, because surely your bonuses can't be worth more than your core offer. But you don't need many of these. The thing to think about here are, what are the main challenges or objections that you keep hearing your audience and clients say, and create bonuses to solve those. So for example, if your client says, look, I'm terrible with tech, well, maybe you can create a bonus that does it for them or solves their tech issues. Or maybe their challenge or objection is that they just don't have time or they're constantly traveling. How can you create a bonus that solves that challenge for them? Maybe if you're a career coach and your ideal client's like, I'm terrible at writing CVs, maybe you can just do it for them. The goals of these bonuses is to really solve all the objections and challenges that you hear. But I'd also say, don't get too caught up in this, especially if you are at that stage of selling one-to-one coaching right now. It may not even be relevant, but it's a nice thing to have in your back pocket. And it's often something that I would pull out if I hear that they're on the fence or there's a few objections. But bonuses are definitely more relevant when you move into community and selling group coaching programs or online courses. The second value enhancer is guarantees. Now, I understand there could be a lot of resistance to that word, but by having resistance to that word, you are missing a trick, because you may not even need to communicate a guarantee. But the purpose of this is to really think, well, how would I think if I did guarantee the results? Because by going through this exercise, it improves the quality of your thinking. It also unearths different ideas and different solutions and ways that you can guarantee your clients getting results. Now, it's very hard, of course, to guarantee results because your audience are doing most of the work. But by going through this exercise, you will improve the quality of your thinking. The better quality you're thinking, the better your offer will be. Here are some questions that I want you to think through. So let's imagine you did guarantee results. How would you guarantee results in your mind? Think about what is within your control to guarantee your clients results. What is within your control? The second is what is within their control. Be really clear on that. The third is what thoughts do they need to think and believe to take the steps in your program? The next is where might they fail or struggle, and how can you support them when they're in that struggle to keep them on track? Now, the final thing is imagine you are a coach that gets results 100% of the time. Think about how you feel. How do you think? How much belief do you have? What do you think about yourself? What do you think about your coaching? What do you think about your clients? Because sales and marketing is a transfer of belief. So by going through these questions, you're going to likely increase the certainty, because you're going to start to realize, oh, I can support them at that stage. This bit of training will support them then. Oh, I can do this, this, and this. You start to realize there are other ways that you can support and make sure your clients get the results that you are promising in your offer. Now, you don't even need to communicate your guarantee, because if you've gone through that exercise, that will actually come through in how you speak. But if you are going to communicate, perhaps because you are launching a group coaching program or community, then here are 4 ways that you can communicate or use a guarantee. The first is unconditional guarantee. Now, this is the strongest. This is the no questions asked refund policy. Just ask me after 30 days. Definitely the strongest, and you've got to really back yourself to obviously offer that. The second is conditional guarantee, and I really love this one in the past because this implies success. So this is where you can say something like, if you attend all the sessions and you do all the work and you don't see the results or improvements, then I'll refund you your program fee. So this is where we can imply success. This is my favorite one to use because it really takes ownership of your part of the agreement and contract. The third is actually an anti-guarantee, where you can actually say, look, there are no guarantees, there are no cancellations or refunds of any kinds. And if you're looking for someone to be responsible for your results, I'm not your person. So everything has a position, even anti-guarantee has a position. The final is an implied guarantee, where you can say something like, if you don't get to X, I will work with you for free till you get there. And this has worked really well for me in the past, but I would say make sure you have stipulations and conditions as part of this. Now, the third value driver is using ethical scarcity and urgency, because one of the biggest drivers of value is supply demand. If there's lots of supply and no demand, then you're going to find it hard to sell. But if you've got little supply and lots of demand, then you can increase the price very rapidly. Rolex is a prime example for this. There's a wait list to get a Rolex. So we can use this ourselves because we have natural limitation. If you want to deliver a world-class coaching experience for your clients, there's likely a limited amount of clients that you can take on at any one time. That might be 2, 3, 4, 5, but coaches don't leverage this natural scarcity. And it is ethical because it is your natural limitation. So it can be as simple as saying, I've got 3 spaces this month and I'm speaking to 10 people. Once these spaces are gone, they're gone. And you can add some urgency and say that the next time you open doors, prices are going to increase by 1,000. That creates a little bit of urgency. And again, if you're going to do it, it's ethical and it's real. Now, what I would say here is that it's better to say there's less spaces and sell out than say you have more spaces and try and make more money in the short term, but not sell out, because selling out and building a wait list is a compounding strategy. Now, if you're just starting out, that might be just communicating you have 2 spaces, but you're far better off filling those 2 spaces, making less earlier on than creating more spaces and not filling any of them. Scarcity and selling out implies social proof. It implies that you're good at what you do. And if you keep doing this, this is a compounding strategy and you'll become an in-demand, fully booked and magnetic coach. And as a side note, if you want my free mini course on becoming magnetic, which I know other coaches would charge thousands for, go ahead and join my free community below where you'll have instant access to that free training where I unpack some of that supply-demand tension even more. And so that's it, the 6 steps to build and design your first coaching package. Now, if this video has been useful, please like it, comment with your biggest insight, and go ahead and subscribe. It really helps me out. This is a really fresh and new channel for me, and it will really help my mission in spreading coaching as far away as possible, because I truly believe that coaching can change the world. But most coaches I meet are great at coaching and not so good at business. I happen to be great at both of them, and that's my gift to the world. So please support me in my mission, and I hope to see you in the next video. Sending you so much love. Have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you very soon. Bye for now.